JessBeautician. So today's video is going to be about a topic I get asked about daily, so how did I lose weight? So this is going to be part of a 3-video series. I'm going to film these back to back. If you're wondering about the makeup I'm wearing in today's video, I filmed an IGTV video for it, so it should be up a day or two after this video goes live. So it's like a nice purple look, which I filmed, so you'll see that soon. So it wouldn't feel right starting off today's video without mentioning obviously the Black Lives Matter movement. That's kind of been the main focus of my life the past week. I didn't upload any videos. I did have videos ready, but it just didn't feel right to upload them. So I basically spent the past week just kind of educating myself on what I can do to help the cause and support people and spread the message. So I've created a highlight on my Instagram with lots of things I posted on my story about that, so I'll link that below and I'll link some resources below as well. Obviously it's horrible what's been going on for a long time. I feel like ignorance is now a sign of kind of disrespect for black people, so I'm going to choose not to do that anymore. So I'm going to try and do everything I can to support the movement and educate myself and other people on what's really happening and what we can do better to support people. There's lots of resources online, and especially Instagram. Instagram's been great. Kind of started in a way with a Blackout Tuesday last week, which was amazing to see everyone all coming together to support that cause. It was such an emotional week for a lot of people, just even for me just watching it. So I wouldn't like to know how it would feel to actually experience that racism. So I do believe that everyone has a duty to support other people and learn what we can do going forward, what we can change, how we can support people and help give black people a bigger voice. So I would urge anyone with any sort of platform on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even your family and friends, maybe give them ideas of what they can do better, or what charities they can donate to and petitions they can sign to help change things. If everyone does their bit, we can make a huge change. So I think a huge change is coming, and it's great to be a part of that. So yeah, let's use the internet for a good cause. So on to today's topic. So I'm going to talk to you about how I lost 7 stone. So if you don't know me personally, or you don't follow me on Instagram, you won't know that. So I lost over 7 stone, 7.5 stone a few years ago. So this weight loss was over a period of around 2 years or so. So I lost it within about 2 years, and I've kept it off for around 2 years. And the only time my weight's kind of fluctuated slightly is during lockdown. I'm normally at the gym like 5-6 times a week and eating super healthy, but obviously most people have been a bit more indulgent during lockdowns. I'm going to use my own tips and advice in this video the next few months to kickstart my health again and get back to myself and shift that lockdown weight. So my weight loss journey has been the biggest change and challenge of my life. I had to make a lot of lifestyle changes, a lot of sacrifices, and spend a lot of time doing it. There's no magic trick that can help you lose weight, to be honest. It's all down to you. It's just making little swaps. It's things that you might think are small, they add up to be a big change and really help you. So I'm going to tell you my kind of weight loss story, I guess. So I struggled with my weight my whole life basically. Being a child, I was always kind of chubby and things. I just kind of didn't like vegetables my whole life, or didn't like fruit, or I always liked all the carbs and all the stodgy food. So which has completely changed. Now I absolutely love vegetables. I'm vegetarian, so it's really funny that how much I've managed to switch things. Then I slimmed down between kind of 15 and 16 age. And at that time I actually thought I was fat, which is crazy because I would absolutely love to have that body now. Then after that I started college. Then after that I started going nights out and things, as you do once you kind of finish school in the UK. That's like a big part of the culture, is going nights out, drinking with your friends, going for meals. Like I went to restaurants several times a week with my friends to socialise, or get chips after a night out and things like that. So these things slowly add up, you know, and the weight piled on and piled on. Also during that time I literally didn't walk anywhere. I did no exercise. I got taxis everywhere because I didn't drive at that point. I didn't drink any water. I was always drinking juice. I was eating takeaways literally every single day. I had no idea how to cook things. Anything I made at home was literally like noodles, or a pot noodle, or a pizza, or a microwave meal. It's crazy to think now how much that's changed, and I absolutely could not eat those things now. I would just feel like crap. So I've completely done a 180. So I was lucky not to have the experience of people saying nasty comments about my weight or anything like that, with the exception of my wee gran who would make comments, who would say things like, oh, you're putting on weight, or you're bigger since the last time I seen you. And at the time I thought she was so rude, but now I think about it, she was just trying to help me, and she was just being honest. Yeah, at my heaviest I was 16.5 stone, and then at my lightest I was 9 stone. Yeah, it took me kind of losing a lot of weight to then find the weight that was comfortable for me, because about a year ago I was much slimmer than this, but it really didn't suit me and it didn't suit my face. It just looked too thin and I was too thin at the top, and so that just didn't suit me. So I put on a little bit of weight and that was the size that worked best for me. So to be honest now, I wish someone had just said to me, but it wasn't until I was truly ready to make that change and I really wanted to lose weight that it actually happened. So now it's some of my biggest weight loss tips. So the first thing is drink water. Often you'll think you're hungry, but most of the time you're actually just thirsty. You need to be drinking a good couple of litres of water every day to be hydrated and I guess flush out all the toxins and stuff. So even things like drinking a small glass of water before your meal, just to kind of fill your stomach a little bit before you're eating, and then after eating as well. If you're eating your meal, have a lot of sips of water in between as well, like have breaks in your meals as well. You don't want to be eating too fast, because then also you're going to eat more and it takes your body a while to actually register that you're full. So if you eat your meals a little bit slower, it gives your body time to catch up and actually register, oh, I'm getting quite full now. And then as well, what I would recommend at night time, try not to binge eat at night time. That was like my biggest downfall, was I would eat super healthy throughout the day and then it would get to night time and I would start to get those sugar cravings. I would want crisps, I would want chocolate cake whilst relaxing at night time. What I would do was to have hot cups of tea, just like peppermint tea or green tea, things like that, whatever tea you like. Even tea with milk if you want, but just maybe try and not have the sugar or use sweeteners in there instead. These healthier swaps make a big difference and I'll speak about that. So I basically lost all the weight just from changing my eating habits. To be honest, I didn't exercise at all during that time. I literally just changed my eating habits and went some walks to lose the weight. It wasn't until after I lost weight that I started going to the gym and exercising. So if I was to go back now, I would probably do things differently. I would combine the two, like eating healthy and a bit more exercise than just walking, because I do feel like if you're doing strength training and things to tone up your stomach, etc., you're maybe not going to have as much loose skin, so that's something to consider. What I did when I started losing weight was I kind of stuck to a general rule of thumb of when I'm eating my meal, I would base my meals around having half of the plate being vegetables, so like non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, or even things like carrots and sweet corn and whatever you like, something that's healthy. So basically bulk out your meals with vegetables. It means you can eat high volumes of food, but it's a lot less calories and you've got all the nutrients and vitamins in there that's going to make you feel good and fuel your body and make you healthy. So then I would also have maybe around a quarter of the meal being carbs and then a quarter being protein. So for example, if I wanted pasta, instead of just having a bowl of just like tomato pasta or arrabbiata, I would have small portion of pasta with a nice sauce and maybe some vegetarian chicken or tofu or something in there, or the vegetarian mince, and then underneath it I would have salad with different vegetables mixed in, or have lots of veggies on the side. So you're still getting your pasta and you're still getting your nice rich comforting meal, but you have all your vegetables to bulk it out. So it's way less than half the calories of just having a big plate of pasta, for example, or the same with pizza. So I'm going to do another video as well on my best healthy eating tips to lose weight. Then also what I did when I was losing weight, I would just walk everywhere. So instead of getting a taxi and things, I would, if it was within walking distance, like half an hour to an hour, I would just walk if it wasn't really bad weather, and I found that made a massive difference. From going from barely moving at all to moving a lot more really did make a difference, and my fitness improved at the same time. So I'm going to do a video as well on that, and that will be a part of this series. So I had some questions on Instagram that I was going to answer regarding weight loss. One of the most common questions I got asked was what kept me motivated in the beginning before seeing results. Was the feeling of knowing that it would absolutely change my life. I was just absolutely fed up of feeling like crap all the time, feeling sluggish, not feeling good in my clothes, and I really wanted to make a change. And I knew also it wasn't healthy being overweight. I'm only 5'2" and I was 16.5 stone, so clearly that isn't healthy, really, is it? And I knew that the only way I would feel better was to change my habits once and for all and just never go back to the way I was. I knew it had to be done if I wanted to be healthy and feel better. Another thing was I wanted to lose weight for years, but I wasn't ready to commit. So like I said, you really need to want to lose weight and be ready to make that commitment, because it is a big lifestyle change, but it's absolutely worth it. So honestly, do not wait till January, or don't wait till Monday, or don't wait till next week or next month. Just start now. Just slowly but surely change your habits little by little. You don't need to go absolutely teetotal and deprive yourself of all the things you like. Just make small changes, and then when you're ready, then you can really jump into it head first. So another thing that kept me motivated in the beginning was thinking of why I was doing it. Like, why do you want to lose weight? If it's because you want to feel good, then you need to put in the effort. If it's because you want to be healthier, you need to put in the effort. Also remember, even kind of visualising what you want. If there's people on Instagram and things you really love their figures and things, I would be careful not to fixate on them because social media can be very dangerous. But I guess it's good to remember to keep in mind, most likely to look like that, they're probably having to put in some effort, you know, and you can't just look great with literally no effort and just eat what you want all the time. It's just not really possible. So another question I got was, what foods did you avoid? I would avoid fats in the beginning, so rather than cooking with olive oil, I literally cooked all my vegetables and my vegan meats in water or the spray oil, or things that stuck to the pan really bad and you need oil for. Instead of using olive oil, I would just use the spray oil. It's 1 or 2 calories per spray. I would avoid, I didn't have things like cheese for years and years, again because it just had unnecessary calories, and once you get used to not eating the cheese and things, you don't really miss it. So I guess once you're at your happier weight, then you can start to add these things back in. Even things like avocados and stuff, I didn't have them much, but that was just at that time, whereas now I love things like avocados and stuff. I would avoid really heavy sauces on things, like I would just add something like sriracha or lemon juice to most things. So try and be careful of hidden calories in sauces and stuff. They often have lots of sugar and lots of fat and like salad dressings and things. Just make it yourself. I would also avoid takeaways when I was losing weight, so I would do fakeaways. So if I had like a favourite restaurant, for example, you can recreate their meals and just have a look at what they're doing and just recreate it yourself at home in a healthier way. So most of the time at restaurants they'll add lots of salt and sugar and fat, like oil and stuff, into things, and so most of the time food you eat at restaurants is really actually quite unhealthy, so just make it yourself at home. I would do fakeaways as well, where I would maybe just say, for example, I fancied a Chinese takeaway. I would make my own stir fry or something, because then I knew exactly what was in it and then I can monitor the macros. Also, if I fancied a pizza, I would make a wrap pizza, for example. So I would just get a wrap, like a tortilla wrap, and put passata on it and vegetables and maybe a little bit of cheese, and then you feel like you're getting a pizza, but it's just not as indulgent as having a big crazy pizza with lots of oil, and it's probably about 1/10 of the calories as well, to be honest. With restaurants, obviously you're going to need to either be very strict with yourself, or you might have to miss out sometimes. If you know you're going to go to a restaurant that day, then you can maybe try and be healthier the rest of the day to compensate for those extra calories that you're going to be having. So maybe just have a healthier breakfast and lunch and slightly less calories and a bit lighter, save your calories for later on. Or if you're more of a weekend person, you can be super healthy during the week and then be a bit more indulgent at the weekend. Just make sure you don't go too overboard, because it's going to outweigh all the good that you've done during the week. So just be careful, everything in moderation. So with restaurants, what I would do as well is I wouldn't get 3 courses like I did before prior to losing weight. I would just get a main course and a drink. If you want to lose weight, obviously you need to make sacrifices, unfortunately. So what you can even do is, when you go to restaurants, even share things with people. So if you really want your favourite pasta, ask someone that's with you to share it with you, like have half each, and maybe a starter like a bowl of soup or something like that, or a wee side salad. You're still getting the food that you want, just less of it. Also about portion control, so just be careful. Also make a bank of kind of healthy swaps that you can make. So things that I would do when I was losing weight would be have like 100 calorie snacks. So there's lots of videos on YouTube about that. Then as well, make sure you eat enough also. If you don't eat enough, and from what I've been told from doctors and things like that, is if you're not eating enough, your body kind of goes into starvation mode and it's just going to store its own fat. It's maybe going to help you lose weight for a little while, but then as soon as you start eating normally again, you're just going to put it back on. That is another reason why diets, to me, simply don't work. They work at the time, but then again, as soon as you go back to eating your normal weight, you're just going to put that weight back on. So rather than going on a diet, I would really recommend having a healthy lifestyle change. So with calories as well, maybe consult your doctor, a nutritionist or a PT to try and help you find out the best kind of calories for you. Or what you could do as well is even just test out having a certain amount of calories and see how that works for you, and if it's not enough, just increase it slightly, which is obviously going to slow down your weight loss a little bit. And then if you find that you're still having calories left over at the end of the day, maybe just reduce them slightly, which again is going to help you get to your goal faster. Yeah, to me weight loss is very simple. It's all about energy expenditure, so it's about calories in versus calories out. You can't expect to be eating lots of unhealthy things and expect to lose weight. It's just not possible. So that's why what I did in the beginning was I tracked everything on MyFitnessPal. So I would put in for a good few months I'd done this for, find out how many calories, how much fat, how many carbs, sugar, all the things I was eating, so that I had an understanding of like my favourite meals, what they were like health wise, and if they were actually going to help me get to my goal. Tracking your food also helps you keep accountable, because you do get a bit of a shock once you realise how many calories and how much fat and things is in the food that you're eating. It does scare you a little bit, so having it written down like that does scare you into being a bit healthier for sure. And as well, when you're losing weight, there's no magic number for weight loss. You just need to find what's right for you. Like I said, it took me losing a bit too much weight to realise that didn't suit me personally, like how I looked. It wasn't sustainable for me being like so slim and kind of having to be super healthy all the time. I do love my snacks and things like that. Yeah, you just need to find what's comfortable for you. And as well, someone asked me, how do you stay so motivated during lockdown? And the answer is, I don't. So I started off lockdown being super healthy, and I was actually doing intermittent fasting during that time. So I was eating within like a roughly 8-hour window. I would have like brunch at 12 o'clock and have my dinner at about 8, and something maybe about 4ish in between. That worked great for me, but being more of a morning person and I like to work out in the morning, that doesn't really work for me now, so I'm not doing that currently, but that's another good option, is the intermittent fasting. Again, there's lots of videos on YouTube about that, so I can't wait to get back to the gym to get feeling like myself again. So like I said, I'm going to begin a new journey now since we're slowly easing out of lockdown. And during lockdown I went on and off with the health eating, but I've always went my walks and I've done some exercises here and there. But now definitely I'm going to try and exercise every day, just get it done, because I know it will make me feel good and I know it's worth it. I don't want to slip back into old habits and be overweight again, so I'm going to nip it in the bud right now, because I know it's super easy to fall into these bad habits. I obviously did it, and you need to remember as well, once you lose weight and once you get healthy, you can't just stop. It's a full lifestyle change. If you completely stop, you will probably regain the weight and just not feel your best, so it's really not worth it. That doesn't mean that you can't have nice food, absolutely not. Now the food that I make is so much tastier and nicer than the food I had before. But to be honest, if I was to choose between eating at a restaurant half of the time and eating my own food, I'd probably choose my own food, because I can make things that are really tasty to me and to my preferences, and I know that are going to make me feel good and not feel sluggish and heavy. So again, I've just began making these healthier changes. Like for example, now I'm drinking a smoothie every morning with protein powder and a banana and things like that, and then having 2 nice healthy meals with lots of vegetables and protein. That's how I'm going to lose my lockdown weight. And as well, I've been going long walks. So I would really recommend going long walks. They're great for your mind and they will help you burn calories as well. And something that's really going to boost your weight loss obviously is doing workouts. So strength training workouts are great if you have some dumbbells or some weights. There's amazing videos on YouTube. There's lots of PTs that's doing Zoom training just now. I'm doing one a few hours after this video, so wish me luck. Or you can do yoga, or you can go runs. I'm personally not a runner, but it's something I've really tried to do during lockdown. So I went a few runs a week. Again, it's just great to burn calories and tone your legs, which is my problem area. As soon as we're out of lockdown, I'm back in that gym. So the biggest thing you need to do when you're losing weight is just be determined. So you need to have determination. If you really want to lose weight, like I said, you need to make sacrifices, and it is so worth it. It absolutely changed my life. So I went from being a size 18 to a size 8. I was actually wearing size 20 clothes to hide my tummy and things like that. So I looked completely different. So if I put a picture of myself before and after, you wouldn't even recognise me. So if I can do it, you can do it. So once I got fit, I got myself a PT. That was the best thing I'd done for my fitness. So he taught me everything I know, showed me how to safely and properly do all the exercises, and tell me what exercises were going to target each area. When I seen results and people start telling you look great and things, you feel amazing. So that was the best thing I ever done. That completely reshaped my body. And then I became my own motivation. So because I was starting to feel so good, I didn't want that feeling to go away, so that's what kept me going and kept me driven. I trained 2 different PTs for almost a year in total, and then after that point I felt totally confident in the gym. I felt like I knew what I was doing, I knew which exercises were going to help me get the physique I wanted, so I just kept going with that. So to be honest, for me it's actually harder keeping the weight off rather than it was to lose. Last year in January I got a tummy tuck surgery, so that was to remove excess skin that was left over from losing so much weight. I had a lot of excess skin on my stomach, so I got that cut off. So the surgery was the biggest achievement of my whole life, because I worked every single day for maybe 2 or 3 months to pay for the surgery on my own, and I worked so hard to obviously lose the weight initially as well. so it's a huge achievement, and I'm really proud of that. I often totally forget what I've done and how far I've come, but it's important to remind yourself of how well you're doing, and if you've not made that change yet, remind yourself of how good you could feel and that it is possible to literally change your life. So if I can do it, you can do it. So with the surgery, I had to take obviously about 3 weeks off work to let everything properly heal. So for example, I couldn't properly move for weeks and weeks. Even if I wanted to lift my legs, if I wasn't comfortable lying down, I would have to get my mum to lift my legs for me, because you don't realise you use your abs for literally everything. So if you're lifting your legs, you need your abs to do that, you know, or even to turn to the side. So my mum or people had to do everything for me for a few weeks, and then obviously I had to take a few months off the gym as well to let everything heal, and I didn't do any ab exercises for about 6 months, again just to really let that heal. Prior to the surgery, I did a lot of ab workouts, obviously to really tone that area. I also had to wear a compression garment for 6 weeks after the surgery to keep everything kind of in place and nice and tight and healthy, so that was interesting and not the sexiest thing, let me tell you. It felt great being able to wear normal underwear again after that. But yeah, so in terms of weight loss, I've came a long way, and I can do a separate video on the surgery if anyone's interested in that, let me know, or feel free to message me on Instagram anytime and I'll get back to you about it. It's the biggest change and the best thing you'll ever do in your life. I know for a lot of people, they want to lose weight and they keep thinking about it, but nothing's going to change until you just start. So what's the point in wasting time thinking about it for months and months? You may as well just get started, even if it is just slowly. Like I said, it's better than just staying where you are currently, you know. You'll feel much better just making a start and making a change. Also, if you want to see what I eat on a daily basis and my exercise and just my daily life, and obviously my makeup work, then follow me over on Instagram. So it's Danielle Dixon MUA, and feel free to message me there anytime as well about weight loss. This is definitely not the last video on this topic. I could speak about this topic all day, so I've got lots more to say and lots more tips for you. So the next video is going to be my healthy eating tips to lose weight, so don't forget to subscribe as well so you can see the next 2 videos in this series, and I'll see you next time. Bye!